Hello everyone, I'm Shane from Chatify, and the purpose of this video is to serve as a training video for users who are new to the Chatify live chat system. It assumes at this stage that you've either set up your team on Chatify or that you've been added to an existing team on Chatify. So you set up your password and you have access to your dashboard. When you log into the dashboard for the first time, you see the profile screen. And it gives just some information about Chatify, but on the bottom left is the main area here where you can set up your profile picture, make sure your name is set up correctly, set your notification, etc. So let's move to the main part of the system and explain the user interface here. So the team inbox is where questions come in from the website. So the questions will come in here, and every member of the team can see them. There's a subsection here called My Inbox, which is questions that are only assigned to me. So if there's more members of the team, but I'm not involved in answering some of those questions, I can click in My Inbox and see the questions that are only assigned to me. So the left-hand side is your main menu area. This is the knowledge base section, and there's an internal team chat section below it and a help section as well, which I'll go through throughout the video. So moving from left to right, live chat is the app we're in at the moment, which again is just questions that are asked from the website. If you had Facebook integrated, you could click here and see any questions that come in from your Facebook page. And you could reply directly from the Chatify dashboard here, and the person will get a reply as if you were replying from Facebook. The middle section is the main question area. So you can see there's a status row at the top. The questions come in to new. Any new question starts off in new. Once an agent replies, it moves to in progress, and ultimately to close when it's resolved. So the idea is to have as many questions as you can in the close section, if not all your questions closed, to make sure that they're all resolved. Obviously, this is a brand new dashboard, so there's no questions at the moment. On the right-hand side here, moving more right, is the information panel. So I can see the users that are on this particular chat system. So I just added some co-workers there. And on the far right is the notifications panel. So I'm all set up. I'm in my dashboard, ready to go. So a user has to ask a question. So let's have a look at that. So if you deploy Chatify on your site, there'll be a little ask button will appear on the bottom right-hand side of your website. So if a user navigates to your particular site, then they can just click on the ask button to ask a question. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as if I'm a customer or potential customer. And I could say, what are your opening hours, which is a very common question. And now as a new user, I get asked, do I want to be notified by a text message or by email? So this can be set up by your administrator in the back end. You could decide on the system that you only want to ask for an email or only want to ask for a phone number, or maybe you want to skip this altogether. But the advantage of getting some contact information is that when the agent replies, the person will get a notification either by email or phone. So if they go offline or something, or maybe if they ask a question when you're not there, or if it's out of office times, once they put in contact details, they'll get an automatic notification of your reply. So it's quite important really to have some way of being able to notify the customer. Also, just as a side note there, Chatify is fully GDPR compliant. I'm not going to go into that on this particular video, but if you do need to find out more about GDPR, you can visit that section on our website. Okay, so the person has asked I'm going to put in an email address here because I have to put in something here. So I set up a Chatify test email so we can have a look at it later. and submit that. Okay, so the user has asked their question and submitted the question, their email address. So back in the dashboard, you can see now that there's a notification, a little red notification here on the team inbox section to say that a new question has come into the team. I can click here to see the question, and again, this is unread, so it's marked with a flame to say that it's unread. And for me now to answer that question, I just need to click into the question, and I can type my reply here. But before I type the reply, I just want to show you that there's quite a lot of information about this question already. So on the right-hand side, you can see that it's the first question from this particular user. So if there was more questions, you could click here and see a history of the questions that the person has asked, which is quite handy if they've asked multiple questions. You can see that they're online. You can see the email address they provided. You can see the number they provided. This is their IP, where they're showing from, and the page that they asked their question on. So the page is a really important one because a website, usually will have multiple pages. Some websites could have hundreds, if not thousands of pages. And a person might be on, let's say, a big retail site, and they might ask the question like, does this jacket come in black? And if you're unsure from the URL, from the exact URL, what product they're talking about, you could just click the URL in the question, and that will bring you to the page that the person has asked the question on. So you know instantly exactly what product they're talking about. So I'm just going to go ahead now and answer that question. So let's say our opening hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, something like that. So the user gets that notification on the front end, and they might reply with a thank you message or whatever. So we're having a live chat between us. There is much more, but I don't want the video to be too long. As I said, it's really a training session just to get you started. If you do need support from us, you can click on the help section, and directly from the help section, you can contact us from the dashboard, directly from your dashboard, and we'll get a message in our dashboard to say you've contacted us, that you have a question, and we can hopefully help you out from there. So that's it. Thank you for listening. And as I said, if you do have any questions, just contact us there through the dashboard. Thank you very much.